Welcome, football fans, to an exciting episode of ChiefTV Sports, your go-to podcast for all the latest NFL injury updates and news. I'm your host, Brayden, and joining me are my fellow football enthusiasts, Harper, Nick, and Jackson. How are you all doing today?
Great to be here, Brayden. I'm ready to dive into this week's NFL headlines.
Absolutely, there's always something new happening in the world of football.
And with injury bug striking some key players, we'll have plenty to discuss. Now let's jump right in.
Our first topic of the day revolves around the recent injuries that have impacted the league. One of the most significant injuries have been to star quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who suffered a severe Achilles injury. Nick, what can you tell us about his prognosis?
Well, Brayden, it appears to be an Achilles injury, which can be a tricky injury to recover from. The team's medical staff has estimated that Aaron Rodgers will be sidelined for the rest of the season. This injury will definitely have an impact on their offensive strategy moving forward.
It's always tough to see a star player go down, but injuries are an unfortunate part of the game. Speaking of which, Jackson, do you have any updates on other notable injuries from this week?
Absolutely, Harper. Another significant injury is to our favorite running back, Nick Chubb, a top-tier running back who suffered a torn ACL during their game versus the Steelers. The team is currently evaluating this injury, but it's likely he'll miss the rest of the season. This will definitely be a blow to their running game.
In addition to that, Jackson, we can't ignore the situation with Trevon Diggs, a star defensive player who suffered a torn ACL during this week's game. He could be out for the rest of the season.
Thanks for your updates, Nick and Jackson. Moving on to our next segment, let's discuss some recent NFL news that has been making headlines. Nick, what's the latest buzz?
Well, Harper, one of the biggest news stories this week is the contract extension of Chris Jones. The star D-tackle signed a 2-year deal worth millions of dollars. It's certainly a game changer for both Chris Jones and the Chiefs.
And speaking of big moves, Brayden, there has been rumors soaring around about a potential trade involving Jonathan Taylor. Several teams are reportedly interested in acquiring the talented running back, but negotiations are still ongoing. It's an exciting time for fans as they eagerly wait for the outcome of this trade.
Absolutely, Jackson. Now on to a thrilling discussion lined up on one of the most prestigious events in the golf world, the Ryder Cup. Let's dive right into the world of golf and unravel the secrets of this exciting tournament.
The Ryder Cup is a golf competition between teams representing Europe and the United States. It dates back to 1927 and has evolved into a fierce rivalry that showcases the best golfers in the world.
Absolutely, Harper. The format of the Ryder Cup is unique and adds to its intensity. It consists of several match play sessions, including four-ball, foursomes, and singles matches. The teams accumulate points throughout the tournament, and the first team to reach 14.5 points wins the cup.
Now let's talk about the recent performances of both teams. The United States dominated the previous Ryder Cup, held in 2021, with a resounding 19-9 victory. They showcased incredible form with standout performance from players like Dustin Johnson, Colin Morikawa, and Xander Schauffele.
You're right, Jackson. However, we can't underestimate Team Europe. Historically, they've been fierce competitors, winning 9 of the last 12 Ryder Cups, led by veterans such as Rory McIlroy, John Rahm, and Tommy Fleetwood. They possess a strong lineup capable of challenging the Americans. Go Americans!
Let's delve deeper into some key players who could make a difference in this year's Ryder Cup. On the European side, John Rahm has been on fire recently, securing his first major victory at the U.S. Open. His consistency and competitiveness makes him a player to watch out for.
Absolutely, Harper. And on the American side, we can't overlook the talents of Colin Morikawa. He had an incredible 2021, winning the Open Championship and earning a gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics. His precision and composure under pressure make him a formidable opponent.
Now it's time for some predictions. With the Ryder Cup being held at Marco Simon Golf and Country Club in Italy this year, it adds an exciting twist. The home advantage might be a provided boost to Team Europe, but I still think Team United States will come out swinging and secure a narrow victory.
Interesting prediction there, Jackson. Well, we'll have to see how it all unfolds. That wraps up our Ryder Cup talk.
I think Team Europe's got it, but now on to
Nah,
our
the USA is definitely winning, buddy.
Okay. Now
Team USA!
all right, we'll see. This Friday it starts. But okay, now on to our MLB season Unleashed, the podcast where we dissect the thrilling moments and highlights of the 2023 MLB season. Let's dive right in.
Well, Nick, the 2023 MLB season has been nothing short of spectacular, with incredible performances, unexpected comebacks, and an intense playoff race. Let's start with the breakout teams of this season.
Absolutely there. The San Francisco Giants have been the surprise package this year. Despite being projected as underdogs, they've dominated the regular season with their strong pitching staff and timely hitting. They've climbed to the top of the NL West and have their sights set on a deep playoff run.
On the American League side, we can't ignore the Tampa Bay Rays. They continue to defy expectations with their innovative strategies and roster management. Despite facing injuries and fierce competition, they have maintained a strong hold on the AL East and are poised for another postseason appearance.
Speaking of the playoffs, let's discuss some standout individual performances that have made an impact this season. One name that comes to mind is Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Angels.
Absolutely. Ohtani has taken the league by storm, showcasing his incredible two-way skills. Not only is he a dominant pitcher, but he's been setting records with his powerful hitting, as well as he is a strong contender for both the ALCY Young and the MVP awards.
Another player who deserves recognition is Fernando Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres. Despite his team facing some ups and downs, Tatis Jr. has consistently dazzled fans with his electrifying plays and incredible offensive protection. He's certainly one of the most exciting young talents in the game.
Let's not forget about the pitchers who have been lights out this season, such as Jacob deGrom of the New York Mets, and has been nearly untouchable. Displaying a historic level of dominance on the mound, his low ERA and high strikeout numbers have made him a forerunner for the NLCY Young Award.
Absolutely. DeGrom has been a force to be reckoned with. Now let's shift our focus to the trade deadline. Several teams made significant moves to bolster their rosters for the playoffs push. Which trades stood out to you, Jackson?
One trade that caught my attention was the Max Scherzer and Trey Turner joining the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers' already formidable team added two impact players who have seamlessly integrated into their lineup. They are now a legitimate threat to defend their World Series title.
The New York Yankees made a splash by acquiring Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo. These power hitters provide much-needed offensive power to a Yankees team that has struggled at times this season. It'll be interesting to see how they'll perform in the pressure-packed postseason.
Finally, let's talk about the rookies who made a significant impact this season. Wander Franco of the Tampa Bay Rays.
That's all the time we have for you today. Thank you for joining us on our deep dive into the sports world. Stay tuned for more on ChiefTV Sports.
We provide weekly updates and new information every day on our daily article.
Indeed, Jackson. And to our listeners, we hope you enjoyed this week's special.
ChiefTV out, baby!